Yeah, I don't really make YouTube videos, but I kind of want to save this VOD, and I figured I might as well copy my boy JD and just do a review of it. Maybe somebody out there might find it useful. It's for Sire Mythic, and I think I did pretty well in this fight while also doing some things differently than probably seen some logs, just based on our comp and what I had faith in my other guildies doing. So let's just watch it. Pre-pull, you always get the big flesher off. Waste not to. We're armying on pull here because it's a waste not to, really. Holding Unholy Blight for these ads, you press it first global, they come out, you get a dot on everything. Free pad. Also not super important because they just died in one global. Everything here is just standard. I dropped AMZ for that soak right there. You can also AMS every single blood price, although the timing is super tight. It's pretty much exactly 1 minute, so sometimes you have to like AMS like 5 seconds before the cast comes out and just hit it with the last tick of AMS. Super standard stuff here. Soaking lines, chilling. Phase 1 is really boring if you progress this fight at all. Easy movement with the lock gate. So I'm sitting on my cooldowns a little bit right here. I don't press Unholy Blight again because I know there's an ad set coming up. Right here. Just free dot on everything. And you don't lose too much of the value of it because you can keep your pet extended if you're using the right legendary. Lines were a bit scuffed there, like they're actually really sketchy, so I didn't get it. That's what I'm talking about with the AMS thing. My AMS was 2 seconds off cooldown there. Luckily my healer's own, so I just was chilling. Kind of pooling runic power for when these soaks come out, just to get a few epidemics off. Lines are sketchy again here, but we make do. Keeping in mind that P1 padding on the ads, like usually that's not going to be a problem for any type of regression. Those ads will just die. So pad on the ads if you want. If you don't get the biggest dam on them, it's not that big of a deal. I was fighting with 2 fire mages, a windwalker, and a fucking clicking ret paladin. So it was really hard to get damage on them sometimes. More easy lines here. We popped A-bomb limb on those ads and they died in 1 second, so that was kind of a waste, but it's a waste not to press it here. I guess maybe you could hold it for the ad downstairs, but it's not a big deal. That was an AMZ there for the soak. Also not that big of a deal. It doesn't do that. Like, phase 1 just starts doing no damage after you progress it a little bit, but on the first couple pulls, definitely worth to figure out where you want to put those AMZs. Running here, even if you don't press Death's Advance, you just make it to the middle. Like, you actually just don't need to do the whole mechanic of phase 1 as DK. But you can press Death's Advance and get there a little bit sooner for extra few globals. See how we got Sire to 69%. Maybe if I press Death's Advance, it would be 68. Why not? 68 before we go over the ad. Take the ad over. This is where we're popping all our cooldowns on this thing, because they'll be back up before we need them. These lines coming out from the other side of the platform silence you, so if you get silenced, you can't interrupt as a Death Knight. Your interrupt is magic, and that's fucking sketchy. The ad melts, get a little bit of free damage on Remornia, because Remornia is also Sire's health. Easy suck into the window. Now this ad, we could maybe pop Unholy Blight Dark Transformation on this, but we're not going to, because my guild is owning this ad without me, and we're also like trying to squeeze out as much boss damage as possible. So I saw some logs of people cooldowning this ad, and I also saw some logs of doing what I'm doing, which is I'm going to just go through this mirror, and I'm gonna pop army and everything into the boss because I feel like that is what my progression calls for. I unluckily get impale here on my cooldowns, which is kind of whatever, I guess. I also just like pretty much don't target the Kabbalists here because I know that my guild can kill them. And if I swap off, I lose damage. Unholy obviously isn't the best swapping spec, like target swapping. So I just kind of fucking deal with it and go ham into the boss. And if they don't die, I can make an adjustment, but they were dying. Got clipped there by the frontal, but it also doesn't matter because I dodged the one shot mechanic. Still ignoring Cabales here. Maybe I get like a Soul Reaper on this one. Yeah. If you're running away from one, get a Soul Reaper on it. Soul Reaper owns. It takes 50% more damage, so you can get a fat Soul Reaper. If I really wanted to parse on this fight, I would be going ham into those ads, but I was just trying to kill it. Still ignoring them completely. I'm just hitting into Donnie because I want that guy at 40% for phase 3. I do not care about the parse. Now, this ad you have to hit because Donnie's not coming over for a bit. This one also is not going to get the debuff, so this one kind of needs a little bit of dam. But even then, I'm going to get off it before it dies and then not hit the other one because I want Donnie dead. I thought that was very important. You can see his percentage is actually really good right now. We have to go over here. This ad does big dam. I'm still hitting Donnie for a sec because he has wounds on him, and I really want the value of those wounds for Convocation of the Dead and shit. And I trust that my guild can kill this ad. My pet's on it, slapping it. We get really low here. This ad's kind of sketchy, but we're chilling. I think I health pot there. Yeah, I did. All right, we're going to P3 now. Boss is at 40% running up to it. This is literally ideal. This is as low as the boss can be going into this phase. I fucking open my bag up and click that rune. Gameplay moment right there. Clicking my abilities because I'm a fucking legend. You can immune every second knockback, but there's one that you need to save specifically for here with Death's Advance. I got AMS on the blood price there. I get the drop. This is going to chunk me. I decide not to IBF here because it's really early in the pull and I know my healers can heal me through that. I throw my AMZ down here for the soak on the orbs and also for the Shattering Pain because this fucks tanks and it's all magic damage. I'm getting back in position. Our soaks might be different than yours, but this is just how we did them. They get a little bit scuffed at some point, I think. Right now, we're just kind of chilling on cooldowns. Realistically, I probably could have got one set of them off here. But yeah, I do pop them. I kind of forgot. These lines with the orb were kind of sketchy. The orb kind of got fucked there because there was bad lines, but the range group can adjust. Also, the melee group orbs kind of got scuffed, but we adjust too because we're gamers. Just sitting on army now for a second. This is where we're gonna lust. I don't have Unholy Blight. I could have popped Unholy Blight and shit sooner in the last rotation of it, and then I would have had it here. So that was a mistake I made for sure. But also not the biggest one. I just have to hold for like 10 seconds. This whole phase is pretty much P3, so you're Soul Reapering the whole time. The Soul Reaper is the best button we have when the boss is at the threshold. All right, this is the lines and the knockback at the same time that you're gonna want Death's Advance for every time, because this makes this a joke. While at the same time, this is like the hardest part of the fight almost. These lines are fucked, honestly. I that was I had to roll around the red stuff for that one. Our Windwalker fucking formatted. I had to beat res that guy. Wasted runic power, honestly. We're just slamming here. Soul Reaper every time it's up. Even if you have to sit on like half a GCD, you wait for Soul Reaper. Got big coolies coming up. Using immunity here, AMS, big AMS, because this hurts as a blood price. It's just a sketchy time because there's orbs coming up right after it, so you need to not take as much damage as you can from that blood price. Shattering Pain. I tried to res a healer. I can't. These orbs were just ignoring because the boss is at 1%. And then I fucking roll in a fucking massacre because I'm shitting my pants because the boss is at less than 1%. Definitely would not recommend that either. I was trying to get AMZ on people. Maybe it would have helped, and I wasn't really looking at my feet. Didn't think it mattered, though. And then the boss just ticked down to dots while people sat in immunities. Overall, a few things I could have done better, but just based on our comp and our strat, I think that just tunneling the boss, as much as like that's a melee meme, I think it actually really helped our progression. And maybe it'll help yours too. Either way, I just wanted this VOD to look back on, and yeah, that's it.